What's going on, everyone? So Los Angeles Lakers handled business yesterday, taking down the Phoenix Suns in a game that we really needed, right? 2-0 for the first time since Phil Jackson was the head coach, 2010-2011 season. Lakers, what I loved about that Suns game was that the Lakers got themselves into a hole, which it happens, right? All teams do it. You see time and time again, teams go down 20, right? And a lot of times teams will kind of, the fake comebacks. And we see that a lot with the Lakers the last few seasons, the fake comebacks. And then they're not able to actually finish and get over the hump. But you also see it with other teams on occasion, and obviously you don't want your team getting a 22-point hole. But again, games happen. Basketball is a game of runs. You're going to have times where you're down double digits. You have times where you're up double digits. And, Lakers will be up 20 and relinquish the lead. It happens throughout the course. Even Boston last year was up 30 on a team and ended up losing the game, right? And that's the team that just won the championship and had, the top 5-point differential in, history, right? So, again, it happens. But it's how do you look in those runs, in those comebacks, right? Because you'll even see teams that they will go down 20 and they'll come back and they will win sometimes. But it's usually a tight win. It's usually they just, hit the shot at the end, or, they were able to execute down the stretch in a tie game, with a minute left or whatever, right? No, the Lakers made all the right adjustments, made all the right changes, and just completely dominated the second half. I mean, they went from down 22 to hey, we're going to do this, 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 and this, which is why I really like what we're seeing from J.J. Redick. You're seeing game plans, you're seeing adjustments, you're seeing changes, you're seeing things that you just weren't getting with Darvin Ham. And I know some people are why are you always bringing up Darvin Ham? Why are you harping on Darvin Ham? Because it's a reality, right? We can't pretend that didn't exist. And we need also compare. We need to be able to look at okay, what were the differences? How do we judge exactly what JJ's doing without looking at what is right and wrong, right? And JJ Redick, you see, making the adjustment, make the changes. Hey, this plan isn't working. We're getting smacked, right? Time to adjust. But you also see the players buy in. And you also see the way that they play, they stuck to it, right? Which is something that I've talked about. You look at the San Antonio Spurs in their heyday, right? You look at the Golden State Warriors. They were teams that no matter what, whether they're up 20 or they're down 20, they always stuck to the script. They always stuck to the game plan because they knew that as long as we stick to the script, 9 times out of 10, we're going to win these games, right? Whether we're down 20 or up 20. And I love that the Lakers stuck to the script. And they didn't just win. It wasn't just we squeaked it out. No, Lakers got the lead and never looked back. I mean, once they caught up, they gained control, and then they just kept control. That's what I loved. It's not, obviously wins and losses are important. Obviously wins and losses are significant. But it's how are we playing through the wins and losses? If we're playing the right way and we're doing the right things, we're going to get a lot more wins than we will losses. And I really like that. But job's not finished, right? Obviously, you still have 80 games to go. And it starts with the Sacramento Kings. So Sacramento is a team that has really had the Lakers number the last few years. Anthony Davis is 0-11, 0-10 against Sabonis. He's never beaten Sabonis. I think Anthony Davis changes that narrative. I think Anthony Davis ends up pulling out this W and ends up getting this win today. I don't like that it's off of a back-to-back. I really don't. However, if you were ever going to want a back-to-back, it's how it's set up, where both games are at home. You didn't have to fly to Phoenix and then fly to Sacramento. No, both are in LA. After the Phoenix game, you got to go home. You got to jump in your own bed. You got to kind of, decompress a little bit, right? That, I think, is good enough. So, plus, it's early in the season. So, Anthony Davis and LeBron James, they should be playing. They should be spry. There's things about it that you can kind of talk yourself into, hey, this is best case scenario. But it's something that Lakers need to handle. I did have this originally as a loss. I said that in the first 5 games. I thought bare minimum they had to go 3-2. I really wanted 4-1, but I was looking at this game, second of back-to-back. Sacramento's just, they've had our number. It's been tough. And then I had the second Phoenix game, even though Phoenix, I have talked heavily about how that's a incredibly favorable matchup, that there's a reason we keep beating Phoenix and keep dominating Phoenix no matter what, because they don't have the size, they don't have the defense, that they just lack. And unless they just shoot the lights out, right, you're going to win that matchup 9 times out of 10, which the Lakers have done. And so I like that matchup, but you're playing them twice in a 3-game span. It'll be the 4th time you played them in the last, 3 weeks, right? It's a lot. It's tough to beat somebody that many times. So those were kind of my 2 losses. However, after seeing the way that the Lakers played in Game 1 and Game 2, I really do believe that they can beat Sacramento this game. Sacramento's still kind of trying to figure out and work through some stuff. Also, their lack of defense inside. In my opinion, they're a worse Phoenix team. They are, right? You look at Sabonis and Nurk, right? Now you have DeMar DeRozan as the KD. You have De'Aaron Fox as the Devin Booker. And then you have the Malik Monk as the Bradley Beal type. And then you have Keegan Murray, who is, insert your other 5th guy that you like on the Phoenix Suns, right? It's kind of what it looks like. They're small. They aren't great defensively. They don't have this lockdown defensive guy outside of De'Aaron Fox. And I think that they're going to have their struggles and their troubles against the Lakers also. But again, I do default to it is a back-to-back, and it is just not ideal, right? You got to get it done though, right? Lakers got to figure it out. Got to play through it. Again, it's early enough in the season to where you can kind of, rest later. Let's get out to a good start. Start 3-0. Then you get a little bit of rest before you play Phoenix again. And then all of a sudden, maybe you beat Phoenix again. Now you're 4-0 going into that road trip. That's what the Lakers need. Right? Take care of home court. At least win the home game. Right? Because now you start 3-0. And then you got, what is it, a 5-game road trip? You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, yeah, 5-game road trip. And 2 of those games are very winnable in Toronto and Detroit. But then you got Memphis, Cleveland, and Phoenix, right? So you don't want to get too far behind. You don't want to end up, now you lost this game, and then now you got to go on a 5-game road trip, and it's okay, so now you need to at least go 3-2 on that road trip. Right, and so now in your first, 8 games, you're 5-3 or something it's just, you don't want to be in that spot. You want to be in a position, especially in the Western Conference, how tight the Western Conference is. You want to be in a position where you can continuously kind of ride that momentum. Because the Western Conference, you could be 3-4 game losing streak away from being a top seed or in the play. I mean, literally, from the play-in to the 4 seed was 3 games or something like that. It's just it's crazy how tight it was. So the difference from you being in the play-in to you being a top 5 seed, 6 seed is very marginal, right? You lose 2 or 3 games that you shouldn't have lost. That could be the difference in you not making the playoffs or you being a play-in team. And so the Lakers need to make sure that they're handling their end of the deal. They need to make sure that they're handling business and they're not relinquishing any type of momentum that they're building. Right now, there's a lot of excitement. Fans are high, right? That place should be rocking and bumping. Lakers just pulled off an excellent win, 2-0 for the first time since 2011, 2012. So you're talking 13, 14 seasons. There's a lot to be excited about with Lakers Nation, right? There's a lot of stuff to be excited about with the Lakers. The coaching looks fantastic. The style of play is exactly what you need in today's NBA. Sharing the ball, moving the basketball. Lakers got 33 assists. I said it every time last year. Literally. Every time the Lakers get over 30 assists, they win every game. Why? Because you're putting too much pressure on the defense, and this Lakers team is good enough offensively. I've said I believe that the Lakers will be a top 5 offense. I do. I think that they'll be a top 5 offense in the league, and so far they're on pace to be just that, right? But you got to handle business. You got to keep winning these games. We need the other guys to step up. You know what LeBron's going to do. You know what Anthony Davis in particular is going to do. I mean, Anthony Davis has been a monster these first 2 games, but you need the other guys, right? Austin Reeves was huge in that last game. D'Angelo Russell, he really needs to start picking it up. I really like what we've gotten from Rui Hachimura in the first 2 games. He's been aggressive. He's been looking for his shot, right? He wasn't the most efficient in that Laker game, but he still was. He provided what you need. He rebounded hard, gave you double-digit scoring. He was 50% from 3. But he was overall 5 of 12, but he wasn't like terrible, right? Like he was good enough, what you need. He gave you what you needed, right? That's what we need from guys like D'Lo and Reeves and stuff. We need them to be able to hold their own. Reeves, 26, 4, and 8, right? 1 block, 3 steals. Not really big on the 4 turnovers, but you know, it happens. I'm not expecting Reeves to be a 26-point-a-game guy. I mean, that would be great if he can, but can he? It's more about the efficiency, right? It's more about him being able to knock down shots and how that opens up. It's something that I've talked about very heavily with Austin Reeves, right? And you saw that in the last game, that Austin Reeves, when he starts hitting shots, it opens up everything for him and this team. And then you can see him go get 20 plus. Like I've said, I believe Austin Reeves can be a 25-5 guy, right? It's just, you need consistency. These guys must be consistent. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion, and I pass the question on you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? How do you feel? What are your thoughts? Are you excited for this game? Do you think that the Lakers handle business? Do you have your concerns? Do you think that you're like, no, they're probably going to take the L on this one? Again, however you feel, whatever your thoughts are, I love to hear it. So let me know down in the comments below. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me a lot. If you enjoy these types of videos, truly appreciate it. Not subscribe to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one. Thank you.